I'm sitting here thinking today about the economic situation, and just wondering if you all think the good times are over. Remember the good times? My goodness. I'm sitting here listening to Merle Haggard, and that's the title of the song, Are the Good Times Really Over? You know, he talks about a Chevy and a Ford lasting 10 years and how he wished they would, and talks about remember when a joint was someplace you put a bad person, crack was something you didn't want to step on when you was playing as a kid. And the economic situation is terrible. I've got several friends that are out of jobs, and they've got degrees and everything, and they got laid off from their company. And I saw one yesterday, or day before yesterday. I saw him Sunday, and I asked him if he was still working. I mean, if he found a job yet, and he said, heavens no. He said these companies today, you put in an application, he's got a degree in business, and got 11 years experience with a major financial company, and he can't find anything. He sent out 70, put in 70 applications, and so he's had calls on two or three, and they didn't want, number one, they didn't want to pay anything. Another company, the one that was really interested, wanted him to move to Florida, and he asked if they furnished moving expenses, and they said no. So he said, forget it. I don't know, but if I was in his situation, a young guy, and he's got a lot of years to work, I think I might have been taking, checking into that. And if need be, you gotta move, you gotta do what you gotta do. The guy's got a family, a little girl, 6-7 years old, and got a lot of years to work, and moving to Florida's not all that bad, but it's terrible out there, and I no doubt some of you are struggling, and if you are, my heart goes out to you, because I just don't know I don't know how we're going to survive in this with this economic downturn. It's not just the market. I mean, the market's fine, yeah. Few of us play the market, and we post on here every once in a while about the market's up, the market's down. That's fine, but that's all on paper. You don't make any money, or you don't lose any money until you sell it. And so I myself personally, I'm hoping that it goes back up to 14,000, 15,000, and I get some of the money back that I've lost, and trends over the years says it will, so I'm just hanging in there and waiting for it to go back. And 401ks are all mostly tied into the market, so if you've lost a lot of money in a 401k, it's going to come back. So if you can hang in there 5 or 6 years, it'll come back. There's no doubt about it. But all the other things bother me, worry me, I should say. The housing market, all of us that own houses, we're supposed to be appreciating, our houses are supposed to be appreciated every year, and we're going to have to go a long way to get our money back on that. I mean, there's houses now in my neighborhood, around where I live, they sold for $250, $300, $350, $400 and up. And a lot of these houses are they're on the market, and the assessments are actually less than what they paid for them, and they're not just dropping 1 or 2%. They're dropping by the thousands of dollars. And you could have had a house that was worth $250 when you moved in, and today it might be worth about $210. So if you owe, if you just moved in there and you only put down 20% on it or something, and you owe $230, $240, there's nothing you can do. You're upside down on a thing. You can't sell it. And these foreclosures, until these foreclosures stop and the housing market picks up, the housing market is, in my estimation, the key to the whole thing. If houses start moving and people start selling, or if people start buying, I mean, everybody wants to sell, but if people start buying, then I think we'll be all right. But other than that, man, it's really troubling. I mean, it's troubling to see. You drive by these places and you used to see. Let me see where I'm at here. I'm at 6 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. 6 minutes. I don't care. If I have to, I'll make this 2-part. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Now, don't tell on me. I've got that in my coffee. Bad habits. Not the coffee, but this. But you know, I used to drive by a lot of places, mom and pop stores, and even your grocery stores. You go to the grocery store and they always had a sign on the window, help wanted. I'm not seeing any of that now. I'm not seeing any help wanted. And Debbie, of course, you know, Debbie still works at the IRS, but she's in labor relations now. But she's telling me that the friends from her office, where both of us used to work, are telling her that, you know, they open up a job for a grade 5, which a grade 5 makes $30,000, I think, somewhere around there, 26, 27,000 in that neighborhood, and they're having 1,500 to 2,000 applicants apply for that job, and probably they're telling Debbie that 60, 70, 80% of them are people with not only college educations, just a BA. They're having people apply for these jobs with masters, and in some cases doctorate degrees. Now that's sad when a guy's sitting with a doctorate degree and he or she has to take a job making $26,000. Quick story, because I'm probably going to run out of minutes. I took Lauren and Justin to the doctor yesterday, and their doctor is the same doctor that used to treat my kids when they were little. And it's the first time I'd been there with them, and so I hadn't seen him in years. So I asked him, I said, "Hey doc," I says, I asked him, I said, "How long you been in business, and or how long you been in the practice?" And he commenced telling me, and then he started telling me this story. He said, "You know, Gary," he says, there's not going to be a lot of people coming to the being a doctor. He said nobody wants to shell out $135,000, $140,000 to become a doctor, and then you have to go into a group, a big group, which you all know about that, how these doctors have all gone into these big groups." And he said then they dictate how much money you can make. And he said the day of the doctor in private practice is over, because you got the insurance companies telling you what to do, and then you go in with these hospitals groups and all that. And he's, you know, there's 15, 20 doctors where he's at. He started, he got lucky because he's been in the business long enough to where he's got like 3 doctors in with him, and he's very successful. But new doctors he's talking about are not going to do that. And then the advent of nurse practitioners coming into the field, where nurse practitioners, you see them at these Walmarts, Walgreens, and they can write prescriptions the same as a doctor. And he says the day of becoming an independent doctor, he said those days are over. So let me see where I'm at now. I gotta go. I'm over. I'll have to edit some of this, so I might make a part 2.